Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be getting a ton done, and I'm going to be sharing a lot more than just cleaning motivation. Of course, that we are going to be cleaning up the living room and the kitchen. It's kind of a mess back there. It's all blurred so you can't see yet, but it is a mess. And I'm also going to be sharing a really yummy recipe that my dad shared with me when he came to visit from Japan. And so I'm going to be sharing that crockpot recipe. Super simple, super easy, and pretty healthy. And then I'm also going to be doing lots and lots of food prep and meal prep and just kind of like setting ourselves up for the week ahead. So I figured I would take you guys along with me on this one. I'm also planning, I know I always like come with these big lists to do, but on top of just cleaning like our main living area and doing the food prep and meal prep and recipe, I am also going to be planning to go downstairs when Kyle gets home from work and help him like put together at least one of the big boys' beds down in their bedroom, because they've been begging us to, and now that we don't have company anymore, we just need to get that done. So I'm going to see if we can try to put at least one of those beds together. And if I do, or if we do, I will take you guys along, of course. So let's go ahead and get to it.
I don't wanna seem all rude, but I can't remember where I am. A mattress on an old wood floor and fragments of the night before. I don't wanna waste no time, and you don't wanna waste your love. Even though your kiss on fire, my mind is all blurry now. Feeling lost.
So before heading into the kitchen, I wanted to tidy up the living room really quickly just so I could check that off my list and get some momentum going. Usually I will start in my kitchen for my domino chore, and if you are new here, my domino chore I've talked about a lot, but it's basically the chore that kind of gets you going and gets you motivation to continue on. And so usually I will start out in my kitchen for my domino chore, but since I had so much to do in the kitchen, I knew I would be in there for so long, I just wanted to get the living room done and just check that off of my list.
I wanna hold you, come back to bed.
So this was actually some yen that we got from my dad and his wife when they visited us from Japan. Noah saw this and he just asked for it so much, so my dad ended up giving it to him. But after talking to them about like the culture and everything, we just cannot wait to go to Japan. We are already kind of like planning a trip. It won't be in the near future, but maybe in the next year or so. And I am just so excited to kind of like experience different cultures. So I would love to know where you would love to travel. Like, what is your top place? If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? Or if you have been lucky enough to travel a good bit already, where has been your favorite place that you have been? I always love hearing these answers from you guys, so definitely let me know in the comments below.
I won't leave. Waking up in a bed with my head on a chest that I don't even know, but I guess it makes sense, 'cause I know we both liked everything that happened last night. So just come back to bed. I wanna hold you, come back to bed. Oh, just come back to bed. You look so good wrapped in those sheets. You sound so nice, mumble while you sleep. Waking up in a bed with my head on a chest that I don't even know, but I guess it makes sense, 'cause I know we both liked everything that happened last night. So just come back to bed. I wanna hold you, come back to bed.
I just want to show you this. How cool is this? This is actually from Japan when my dad and his wife came. Sorry if the chime's really loud, but it is so cool. It's like authentic. It actually doesn't look very heavy, but it's like iron and it's pretty heavy, but I cannot wait to find like a place to put this. I just think this is like the coolest thing. So I had to show you guys how stinking cute.
'Cause I know we both liked everything that happened last night. So just come back to bed. I wanna hold you, come back to bed. Oh, just come back to bed. Oh, just come back to bed.
Stuck in the middle of coming inside and walking out.
So once the kitchen counters and table were all cleared off, I needed to empty the dishwasher, and if you've been with me for a while, you know that this is typically a chore that our boys do, but on school days, if we're running late, I'm obviously not going to make them late just for doing this chore, and so that was definitely the case this morning. We had some real life moments and we were running very late, so I just ended up unloading the dishwasher on my own today since I was going to be immediately needing to turn around and reload it back up.
T-shirt on, it's looking so easy. You kill my headphones with that song. The way that you're laughing, spilling the milkshake in your bed. I know what you're after. Yeah, I know what you're after. Let's get unpredictable tonight. You and me and vodka cola light. And I'm putting myself in situations, standing on my own. They say that you love a confrontation, and that everybody knows you white lies, white scars, wild nights, dive bars, burning me up, you're burning me up. Yeah, you're burning me up. White eyes and scars, yeah. Let's get unpredictable tonight. You and me and vodka cola light. And I'm putting myself in situations, standing on my own. They say that you love a confrontation, and that everybody knows you white lies, white scars, wild nights, dive bars, burning me up, you're burning me up. And I'm putting myself in situations, standing on my own. They say that you love a confrontation, and that everybody knows you white lies, white scars, wild nights, dive bars, burning me up, you're burning me up. I'm out of reasons, I'm out of rhyme, but I'll only tell you that I'm out of time. I'm sick of love songs, I'm tired of this, and I wanna tell you straight just like it is.
So here I am just cutting some of the stems from the fresh eucalyptus that I got for the first time ever from our grocery store recently, and I'm loving the fresh look that it's giving my kitchen. I recently got a live snake plant. I shared it in my husband's office makeover recently. If you guys missed that video, I will link it up above for you guys to check it out. But I am loving that plant so much, and I asked you guys for tips and you guys have been helping me keep it alive, and so far so good. But I have just been loving having a live plant in the house. So if you guys have any other live plants that you recommend that are very, very easy to keep alive, I would really appreciate any recommendations that you guys have, because it's just made me so happy to have one and I would love to add more throughout the house.
I'm out of patience, I'm out of feels, but I guess I'm waiting around for something real. I'm going crazy, like what's the deal? 'Cause I want you to show me what you feel. You're watching me like you want me, but you're still holding back, still holding back. Honestly, you're annoying me with the way that you keep playing. Show me your love like it is, like it is. Bend open my heart like you're fearless. Steal all the gold you can get, you can get.
I'm finally finished cleaning. It's so fun when you clean and then you're going to have to do like food prep and stuff, but you need to kind of start in a clean space. Well, I should not have done this one-handed, because after I'm done, I'm gonna have to re-clean, but it's okay, it'll be worth it. It's better to do it all now than just throughout the week, so. lighting. All right, I am going to share my recipe that my dad made when we were here. I actually shared it over on Instagram, so if you guys are already following me over there. I didn't share the recipe, but I shared a picture, a video of it. It was so good. So I'm gonna share it with you guys today. Let me grab, I wrote it all down, but it is like so incredibly easy. I just wanna make sure I don't forget anything. This is technically called a white chicken chili. It's not really super white because my dad has already kind of like changed up the recipe from wherever he got it from. And also I am not putting in cream cheese, which is what would make it like actually kind of white and thicker like that. We're just gonna call it a white chicken chili, but just know it's more of like a colorful chicken chili soup, kind of. So fresh tasting, it's so super good. So that is what we are going to make right now. And then once I'm done with that, then I'm going to actually start with the food prep and the meal prep. So let's go. This is all you're going to need. You will just need some chicken. This is just one rotisserie chicken that I've just actually deboned. I did it yesterday just because it's easier to do when it's warm. Then I have 1 container of chicken broth. I also have 5 cans of beans. These can be totally assorted. So I have 2 black beans, 2 cannellini beans, and 1 Great Northern bean. It really doesn't matter. It's just kind of whatever you like. And then you're going to have 1 of each color bell pepper. So I have an orange, yellow, red, and green. You can kind of substitute this if you don't like peppers or if you just like one kind. And then also I have 1 onion. And then this is all you're going to season it with, is just 1 chili white chicken seasoning mix packet. Super easy. And then if you don't want to do this, you can also just add in your own like white chicken chili seasoning mix from your pantry, but this just makes it way easy. So now we're gonna go ahead and dump it in the crock pot and get going. So now that I have everything in there, I feel like it looks like there is a ton, which there actually is, but this reheats really, really well. And there is enough liquid in there. You can kind of see like it is in there. See the liquid? Everything, like all the beans, especially all the vegetables and everything, like it's going to kind of like juice up and it will end up being like very, very good at the end. It's not going to be dry or anything. But now what you will do is just cook it either on high for 3 hours or on low for about 6 hours. But I'm getting a late start because today was just crazy, and so I'm going to be cooking it on high for 3 hours, and I will show you the progress of it as it goes. But I wish you guys could smell things like already before it's even cooked. I wish you guys could smell things through video because it smells so good, like so good. So next I'm gonna do something that I actually used to do all the time. Whoa, things are falling on my fridge. But I used to do this all the time. And it's basically where you just like kind of, I don't know what I used to call it, like dinner starters or something, But basically what I'm going to be doing is sauteing like onions. I used to do onions, broccoli, and red bell pepper. And I would just saute that a little bit, and then I'll just actually store that in my fridge. And then it's like, if I want to add that into eggs, it's already done. Like, you don't have to cut it up, you don't have to cook it up. You want to add it into like some kind of pasta sauce or something, it's already done. And so that's what I'm gonna do really quick, and I'll show you how I do that. And then I'm actually going to make egg muffins, like little egg bites that I can have throughout the week. That'll just be like a really quick meal for me. I'm eating gluten-free, and that's something that's really quick and easy for me to do. So I'm gonna make those, and I'm also going to be doing, like, using some of the meal starters or whatever that I'm going to be sauteing up now. I'm gonna be using some of that in my egg cups. Can I not talk today? Oh my gosh. Anyway, so that's what we are going to be starting now. Another option for this too, if you don't want to chop it all up, is you can just put it in a food processor. And I'll see if I'm able to link one of my favorite food processors down below. It's actually from Ninja or Shark Ninja, I don't know. Anyway, it's so good. So one other thing I wanted to mention is this is something I used to do all the time. I don't do it all the time anymore, but I do still do it occasionally. I will actually just kind of like dry saute them and then water saute my vegetables, especially like in a case like this where I don't really know like what it's gonna be going into, and it's gonna be sitting in the fridge. And so I put them right into my stainless steel pan. I will have like a little cup of water here, and as needed, I will end up adding it into the pan. And it just kind of deglazes it, and you really don't need oil. You'll kind of find that a lot of times the water will deglaze it plenty.
I'm somewhere in the middle, try to find myself again, but life is one big riddle of the future and what's been. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm alone. I got it, I gotta.
Also, when I do go to make this, I don't usually season it just because I am going to be adding it into different dishes, and so I don't want it to like take on a certain taste or anything, so I just kind of let the vegetables do what they're gonna do, and then if I need to, I'll end up just seasoning whatever dish I'm putting it into, and that always works so good. Okay, so while that continues cooking and finishes up, I'm going to start kind of preparing for my little egg bites. So I'm just going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees, and then I'm going to crack the eggs and just kind of start preparing the little muffin tins.
But now it looks like acting, like we were fiction in a book. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm alone. I got it, I gotta go, running to better times. Go, from my emotions. I'll go, running to better times, to better times, to better times, to better times, to better times.
The muffins are in the oven. They're going to be cooking for about 20 to 25 minutes, just depending. It might be a little bit less. It seems like our oven seems to cook things a little bit faster. Now, I actually was going to put sausage in there, but I completely spaced it, so that's okay. I'm just gonna have veggie ones this time. I don't add cheese, but you totally could add cheese to the top of them or inside of them, whatever you want. You can really customize like the flavors and just whatever you want with them, but they're really easy. You can just pop them in the microwave for like 30 seconds, and they keep for like about 3, maybe 4 days in your fridge, but they will keep for like 3 months in your deep freezer, in your regular freezer, and then you can just straight pop them from there into the microwave. You just have to do it for maybe like a minute and a half or something, just a little bit longer to defrost them. I also would normally like add greens, but I totally spaced grabbing greens at the store, so I'm just making do with what I have. But now, see, I like used up a lot of that, but I have a lot more still, so I can add this into like a scramble if I'm making that in the morning, or I can add it into whatever kind of dishes I'm making. And it's just like already pre-done for me, and it's homemade. It didn't take me a whole ton of time, especially since I was able to do other things while that was doing, like working and cooking. So it's just nice to do that stuff. That's why I like meal prepping and food prepping is just so nice. I'm so thankful to be like getting back into it. Time to prep some veggies and fruits.
Our love is growing cold, you're leaving out the door and say I don't know when I'll be home. Like needles in my heart, it's tearing me apart, just trying to find a light in the dark. I know that you're afraid, believe me when I say it's alright, we'll get by. Our colors fade away, I hope it's just a phase, I tell myself that we'll be okay. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Put your hands into mine, wanna feel you close. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Got our souls intertwined, I'm not letting go. To be a way out of this place. Just gotta follow our tracks. Remember what you said way back when we met. It went something like this. You take my breath away. It's crazy how you're making me feel the way you're smiling at me. I want it back.
You guys will have to tell me if like there's a certain good way to pick a good pineapple, because I have gotten a few lately and it's like I will cut them the very next day after I brought them home and they aren't good. Like they're rotten inside. They smell good like when I try them at the store, and it's not like I wait a week, like it's the next day. And then they're all brown inside, they're rotten inside, they don't smell good, they don't taste good. And I'm just like, ugh, it's happened a few times recently and those are done. And I'm just wondering, like, am I picking them wrong or what is the deal? So if you guys have any good tips on how to pick pineapple, please let me know, because apparently I need help.
Hold on to me, baby, hold on. Put your hands into mine, wanna feel you close. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Got our souls intertwined, I'm not letting go. So hold on to me, baby, hold on.
So this is how I do pineapple. I will just take the edge of it off and then I'll just cut it into 4s lengthwise. And then I actually cut like the inside of a core off, kind of like you do an apple. And then I slice them just really, really thin. And then if you do have any leftover core, like there's a little bit of core on the inside of this, it's so thin that it doesn't bother anybody. And I feel like you just waste a lot less pineapple. And they're just fun. We just grab a fork and we just eat them like that.
Hold on to me, baby, hold on. Got our souls intertwined.
close. We're lost right now. So hold on, hold on. We just gotta hold on, hold on. I will never let go, let go. We just gotta hold on, hold on. I will never let go, let go. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Put your hands into mine, wanna feel you close. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Got our souls intertwined, I'm not letting go. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Put your hands into mine, wanna feel you close. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Got our souls intertwined, I'm not letting go.
You share your love so easily, still I'm insecure.
Now, once I was all done with the food and meal prep, I needed to clean the dishes, and I just wanted to get these done now so that I didn't have to deal with them later. It was definitely tempting to be done with the food prep and just call it a day, but I knew that I would regret it just having those dishes sitting in the sink waiting for me. And I always get asked by y'all how I stay motivated or how I get motivated when I'm having a rough day, and lots of times I will either think of how it will feel once I'm done and just kind of let that motivate me, or if I'm really dragging and having no motivation that day, I will just start by doing one thing and then see if I'm feeling like doing the next thing on my list. And more often than not, the motivation comes by seeing my progress. When I see the floors picked up, it motivates me to then pick up the couch and tidy that up. And once I see the living room is cleaned, then I will move into the kitchen and so on. And just seeing that progress gives you a lot of motivation. I feel like it's almost like your own personal clean with me because you are seeing that progress happen one by one. So I hope that little tip helps you out and makes a difference for you.
What will it be of us? Now you're saying you care about me, so why do I feel cold? We're heading down into the deep sea. Gotta trust, but I don't. But here we go again, go again. Do my best to pretend, to pretend. Yeah, here we go again, go again. Do my best to pretend, to pretend. That I don't bother at all. That I'm not stronger, but no. I will do my best not to give up. I will do my best not to give up. What will it be of us? What will it be of us? What will it be of us?
Kinda simple, kinda wishful about things. And you're kinda simple, but like a pistol, you fire. Sometimes you get under my skin like a lover, and sometimes you don't wanna come back 'cause you'd rather stay out with another, talking to strangers.
So while the boys were putting together Liam's bed, I was actually working on editing the other parts of this video that you guys are watching. I just wanted to get that done, and since Kyle obviously had a lot of help on his hands, I felt like I could get away with not helping on this one. But I was sitting in the same room and watching the camera sometimes and just making sure that they didn't have to worry about moving the camera around. They could just focus on actually building the bed. But it was so sweet to just see all of the boys working with Kyle on this. I know that sometimes it takes a little bit longer, and it definitely takes more patience to include kids in these projects, but I feel like they are always learning so much and making lots of memories. So I feel like it is just always worth it to take the extra time and effort to include your kids in these things. And I know that it's something that's really special for me and Kyle too. And I wanted to mention, I've been getting a lot of questions from you guys about when I'm going to be sharing more basement content. And I honestly have been sharing lots of basement content over on my vlog channel. Now it has been a little bit slower on the vlog channel, but I know a lot of you guys actually didn't realize that I had a vlog channel when I asked recently. And so I'm going to go ahead and link it up above, and I always have it linked in my description box. But I'm sharing just a lot of family content over there, and I have been putting a lot of the basement content over there just because it's been easier to fit into a casual vlog. So definitely go check that out if you are not already subscribed over there.
You're such a nice guy when you're not just talking about yourself, and the way of how you dwell, I get it. Now I'm so tired of hearing all your stories about your rich friends traveling Mercedes.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do not forget to subscribe down below if you are not already. I am going to be continuing on with my decluttering series next week and just sharing lots and lots of decluttering inspiration and organizing with that as well. And I'm also going to be continuing my spring cleaning series, which I shared last week, my first video for that. But there is just so much content I do not want you guys to miss out on. I hope you guys have the most amazing day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.